And this is a great point, great segue to kind of my favorite part of the whole rising tide chat. And that's where I'm gonna just step out of the way, and you're the professor. Take your time. This is the rising tide micro course segment, and just give us 2 or 3 points in your area of expertise that say, okay, if you want to do this specifically, like this is how to do Facebook ads, how to do, this is your time to share with our audience and we're just adding this to our content library that we're trying to have this startup community where it really does all boats, rise in a rising tide type thing. And, we want experts like you to kind of speak into these very specific, niches and areas and just really build this library over time. So I'm going to get out of the way. I'm grabbing my cup of coffee and have my pen and paper ready to take notes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin. And just thank you again, because this is a great opportunity for me as well. And I really love sharing what I have learned and what I have experienced. So let's go back to the 2 things I specialize. It is Facebook and Instagram. But I only say Facebook and Instagram because currently those 2 platforms are the biggest in the social media. That's where you can reach the most people. So there's other platforms as well, and the strategies can work on every single platform. And I also say, if those platforms change tomorrow, then you must still be able to use the strategies. So yes, Facebook and Instagram specifically, but you can apply this to any other strategy. Now, the first thing that is very important that I touched on earlier is the fact that you really have to understand who you're talking to. I think this is one of the most important things when we talk about marketing on social media. Did you know that we see over 10,000 ads a day? So we are so consumed with content. What can you do to make your content really resonate and stand out? What you can do is the following. You have to understand who your target market is. And then people say, yeah, but Magriet, my product can work for anyone. Well, the fact is, on social media, the more specific you are, the better your targeting will be. It's like, if you want to try and reach everyone shooting in the dark, you're missing everyone. So rather than say, you've got 3 groups of people, and then when you do a post, be very specific. Think about the fact that there is an actual person on the other side that you are talking to. Now, secondly, you have to understand that person's needs, wants, desires, and fears. And when you talk about your product, what most people do, and you can check most websites as well, we go in and we say, we're so good at this, X, Y, and Z, and this is, our product is great, and we just talk about the fact about our product, but we forget about that there's a customer. So I want you to think about the mind shift you have to make. Say, for instance, you're at a braai and, there's friends. You sometimes get this person that starts talking about him or her and doesn't really worry about any other person. You don't want to be like that. You want to be the kind of company that, say, for instance, you sell a lipstick that's really good. Then talk to your client in a sense of, hi, I know you are a mom and you're so busy and you're great. And then at the end, by the way, this lipstick will keep you, will be on your lips for much longer. So you have to change to start focusing on their needs and what they want, because this is a 2-way channel. I tell my students a lot of the times, it's almost like sending a WhatsApp to someone. So you want to be so directly speaking to the person on the other side. So you don't say this product is great for X, Y, and Z. You first go and think, what is it that their problem is? Where are they currently in their life? What are they struggling with? And then you think, okay, they're struggling with it. What problem am I solving with my product? So I just want to repeat that, because if you can get this, what you are solving someone else's problem. So what I want you to do is go and write on a piece of paper, I am solving the problem for who are those people, what is the problem, and how is your product solving that problem. Then next time you go on social media, you talk from that angle with those people, the problems they are actually having at the moment, and at the end, how your product is solving it. Okay, so that's a very important thing. Then the other thing that people really make a mistake with is if they post on Instagram, they don't have a proper post. You need to have a very good, well thought out post after your photo. So don't just post a photo and have like 2 or 3 words there. Tell people, entice them, draw them into your post, and then also ask their opinion, because for Instagram, it's extremely important to get that engagement, to get people to comment on your posts. And then, guys, when people comment back, because too many companies, they've got awesome features. You can message them, you can this and that, and then you never get a reply back. Then rather not be on the platform. If you're not going to be responsive, don't be on the platform. Then it brings me to the fact that people say, yes, Magriet, but I don't have the time for this. I mean, I got to run a business, I've got kids, I've got a husband, I really don't have time for this. And what I always tell those people is, you don't have time because you don't understand the value. Once you understand the value of social media, then you will have time, because you are supposed to get money in from your posts. So when you do your post strategically, when you focus on your customers' wants and the desires and their problems, then your social media channels will turn into a machine that brings in money. Okay, so a next point I've got, now we're attracting people. When they land on your profiles, those profiles need to be optimized, because that is where they decide whether they're going to follow you or not. So think of your Instagram bio. Does it actually state very specifically who you are and what you do, what value do you give? So I always say we must give some kind of promise. What can people expect from this Instagram account that they are about to follow, and why they should follow it? So here you have to go, and I like to do like a brainstorming session. Then I'd like to, I would write down words. For instance, I like to attract people that's beginners, that's newbies, that I teach. So get some of those words, write it down, and see what words you can put in your bio that will actually resonate with your with people landing there. And then most important is a call to action. You need to have a call to action in your bio that people actually want to click. For instance, what you need is something like, don't just have it your website there, because why do people want to go to your website? Have something like, grab your freebie Instagram cheat sheet here, click on this link. Then they click on it, they go to your website, they go to the specific landing page where they can get this freebie. Or if you are in health and fitness, 7 ways to lose weight this summer, free guide or free video. You can even send them somewhere else your video. Give them some value. We always have to remember, in order for someone to take an action, we have to make it valuable enough for them. Why would they want to click on the link? Why would they want to provide me with their email address? Only if I can give them something they really want. So we have to think about that. Yeah, and then that is very important. The profile picture, let's quickly talk about that. It needs to be either a head and shoulder picture of you, or it can be your logo. But I see too many people, they put in their profile picture their logo, then it's this long word and a slogan. Guys, this does not work because your profile picture is so super small, you know, in the comments. It needs to be, if I think of Nike, they've got a black with the white tick. There's nothing written there. It's just a tick, but that is very recognizable when you see it in the comments. So that is very, very important.